Now, in gastronomy, and there's a lot of chefs experimenting with the whole multi-sensory experience. And I'm not sure if it was Heston Blumenthal, but there's this one chef who uh, he he takes care of what kind of vessel he serves his food in. There's talks about how a rounder bowl makes ice cream creamier, for example, right? Can
Mhm.
you draw any parallels to this in the cocktail segment?
Yeah, for sure. And the best example would be cocktails like a martini, right?
Right.
It's if imagine a martini was served, if it was a well-made martini, but not served in a martini glass, and if it was served in a normal whiskey glass,
Right.
the taste would still remain the same. It is the same person making it, the same consistent measures that is being used. The process is absolutely perfected, but it's put in the wrong glass. First and foremost, the moment it is put in a whiskey glass, you feel cheated because you'll see only 1/4 of the glass is occupied with the drink, right? And then
Right.
you feel, oh, maybe the bartender is cheating on me. He's giving me less
Mm.
for more money, right? So the appropriate glass is like, your size is you wear a small size T-shirt,
Yeah.
so you need to fit in really well. That's very important,
Right.
number one.
Okay.
Number two, in terms of the sensory experience and how a shape of a glass might help complement the drink in terms of its flavor, taste profile, is mostly got to do with aromas. For example, there are some cocktails where it has more aromas than the taste when you put it in your mouth. So
Right.
what happens is you take the drink before you even sip it, you enjoy the fine aromas that is emerging out of the cocktail. So for something like that, you need a glass which will be able to help you. For example, if I was to do a nice aged spirit cocktail,
Right.
using very very less ingredient, I would put it in a glass that's either short, stem, tall, which looks like a mini wine glass, or something that has a slightly more hollow, or sorry, a narrow opening, so that
Right.
you be able to enjoy the aromas first and then sip on the drink,
Ah.
right?
Okay.
But if I was to, like, for example, a good example would be when we do a whiskey sour, we put it in a simple whiskey glass with lots of ice because there's so much of flavor intensity in the drink itself. So even if you put it in a wider, small, fatter glass, you would still have a lot of rich flavors present in the cocktail.
Right.
So glassware does play a very very important role.
Got it. All right. And I think this also ties into your practice of mindful bartending, right? So, can you tell us what exactly is mindful bartending? Why is it important? What is the end product of mindful bartending? And how do I tell if I'm being served by a mindful bartender?
So it's a very important practice, and this is and having spent 25 years as a bartender, what I realized it is, we all make cocktails, and I do not know whether I make good cocktails or not. I'm not too sure, but
Right.
I've seen bartenders make some amazing cocktails. Younger ones, some elderly senior bartenders make some amazing cocktails. What does mindful bartending do to you? Discipline in your life as a
Okay.
human being as well as a professional. So, in both aspects of your life, as a professional, as a normal human being,
Right.
discipline. That's number one.
Okay.
Uh, the number two element of mindful bartending is you are more aware. You are a more evolved bartender, and everything that you do, you will do it from your heart, right? And if you ask me, how do you know whether you're being served by a mindful bartender? It's very simple. You look at the bartender, the first glance, even before you've sipped on the cocktail or ordered it,
Right.
bartender, you suddenly look at this guy and you see, oh, this guy seems like enjoying what he's doing. That he would still be serving you beer, but even that beer will start to taste better in that particular bar.
Right.
Uh, Suddenly you feel, oh, I always enjoy sitting in this corner of this bar and I enjoy the beer because the same beer does not taste as good at my home,
Yeah.
right? The moment that feeling comes into you, you're being served by a mindful bartender, somebody who, through his mindful practices, and I'm not talking about high level of spiritual practices. I'm just saying,
Right.
just be honest, be a good human being,
Okay.
and be aware of everything around you, and drive all your work through passion. just love what you're doing, you
Right.
know, and automatically, even an average cocktail will start to taste better.
I'm starting to see how the whole personality of the bartender ties into the drinking experience as well. All right.